And if we don't come back and do what folks like Sam Adams did and build a movement like he did and use our convictions and our conscience to do that and convince other people to do it with us, this democracy, this democratic experiment will be lost. Yeah. Let's not lose it. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Mark. Do we all know about the Princeton University study that recently came out saying that we in America are no longer a democracy? We in America now are an oligarchy. We're ruled by big money. We're ruled by corporate interests. Voters don't count, the people don't count. What the people think doesn't count. It's what the big money buys that counts. It's a matter of taking back our democracy. That's right. Every Monday, there's a group of very strong, committed people who meet.
This is really profound. Jesus went to the cross because he saw a social order that benefited the very few at the top and took advantage of the many at the bottom. This is the fundamental teaching of Christianity. It's the teaching that we work all year round to address. This lesson for us means that we need to walk into the capital of New York State. We need to go in to the capital of Washington, D.C. And we need to cast out the profiteers.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah. That's right.
Money exists in a place it should not in the United States. Every year, we debate budgets, we haggle, we bargain, we deal within a landscape that doesn't work for people. So this is, in a way, my least favorite time of year. We've just passed the New York State budget. All of the advocates look at the realities, the political realities that they work within, and they say, all right, well, you know what? It could have been worse, so we're going to be okay with this. Well, yeah, it could have been worse, but it's really bad. And it's really bad because our politicians, our elected leaders, for the most part, are not coming together and saying, hey, gosh, how can we serve the common good today? They're coming together with the need to serve their campaign finance, their campaign donors. To serve themselves, they need to make their deals and to keep their power. And at the very bottom of the list of priorities comes the common good. And so this week, for me, is especially instructive that it's not a time for deal making. Jesus didn't go in and say, all right, what can we work out, guys? Jesus went in and turned the tables. We need to turn the tables completely and get the money out of politics.
Agitators, brothers and sisters, people have been talking about the money in politics. The other night I had the privilege, 3 weeks ago today, attending the church up the road here on a Friday night when Zephyr Teachout spoke and Josh Fox, the leader of the fractivist movement against stopping fracking in New York State. What was mentioned there is like Susan alluded to earlier, is that do we have a real democracy in the United States, or is it a myth? We called ourselves a democracy before the Civil War, when we had slavery. We called ourselves a democracy up until the 1920s when we passed the constitutional amendment that gave the women the right to vote. We called ourselves a democracy when most people didn't have really voter rights. They had poll taxes. They couldn't be allowed to vote and register to vote without a poll tax or an impossible test to pass. We call ourselves a democracy now when there's all this money that goes into politics. It's buying influence. It's buying perhaps bribery. We don't have disclosure, as other people mentioned, about the campaign contributions. We don't have disclosures about contracts. And a lot of us are real hopeful that President Obama will issue an executive order that requires contractors to disclose their campaign